I ask this question in every session: if nothing changed in your life in the next 5 years, would that be okay? Personally and organizationally. So your answer is no. So what does that infer? Change, right? So I can't continue to do the same things over and over if I want to change something. But here's what most organizations do. Let's just take whatever we're doing and let's just do it harder. Let's commit ourselves to the inefficiency. Let's dedicate ourselves to these square wheels because we've had these for a while. Ever experienced that? You're thinking about it.
Oh, it was inspiring. It was excellent. It's the type of thing that I like to learn about because you can use it in so many different ways.
Less than 10% of the population are connected to their purpose. The purpose of business is to fill your purpose. There's no way you can sustain yourself in self-employment or owning your own business unless you love what you do. And are people clear about what their gifts, talents, and abilities are, as well as does the nature of the opportunity reflect the lifestyle that that person wants? If I want to have a month off a year and I own a 24/7 corner store, is that in conflict with each other? So sometimes are we clear about it? And I'm going to suggest that we are not. The majority of the population are not here.
The workshop was fantastic. It was delivered just so easy to understand and in a way that people want to do something with it.
So what I'd like you to do is self-organize into groups of 4 or 5, and then from there you may begin this activity right away. Okay, so self-organize, take charge, take responsibility. What else were you doing in your own mind while people were sharing their definition and their story? Lisa.
Analyzing how much we'll add in common. At the same time, all 3 of us get the same first choices.
So you're appreciating the similarities, and were you bringing context to some of the definitions or some of the explanation of their values? Now, I'm not here to tell you what your square wheels or round wheels, because you said earlier if nothing changed in the next 5 years, it would not be okay, which means you infer change, which means you need to change the wheels. I'm not here to tell you what your square wheels are or your round wheels are, but we have them. And if 90% of people are not connected to their purpose, then we need to do something different.
The process was very smooth and very engaging, and I liked how we were engaged in groups and just not here to listen. It empowered us to make decisions and learn as we were doing it.
At the end of this session, no matter what, I will have a level of credibility with everybody here if I want it or not. Credibility is the price you pay for showing up. So what can we give them, not only ourselves, and here's the other credibility piece. It is very difficult to help people to get congruent with their values if we're not living ours. I speak at mostly at career development conferences. I'm going to be at the one in Ottawa here in January as well. And I find it ironic that people that are in the career development field don't like their career. You have to think about that one. I said, okay, there's a little disconnect here. You're helping me to find out what I love doing, and yet you don't like what you're doing. So I think you need to back away from that if that's the case as part of that process.
He was an excellent speaker. He had a sense of humor. He gave us lots of personal examples and lots of visuals, and it was fun.
The balance of the program is based on My Source Experience Journal, which is really, it's a book, but it's a journaling process. And as I mentioned, it was developed by Mike McManus, who was an educator out of Seattle, Washington. And he created it to keep kids in school. And there's a couple of philosophies that come out of it, this is also in the original handouts that you have there too, is that we believe that motivation is a myth. There's no such thing as motivation, as far as I can't motivate anybody. But interests compel. The other side is that this is what I was born to do. What a privilege if everybody could say that about whatever they do, and that we don't judge their choices, but we give them a format or a process to be able to achieve that. And so that we have to take a lot of responsibility, because the last thing we want to do is say something that would detract them from what their calling is.